Welcome to Showmance, the #1 show on YouTube doing deep dives on shows with no depth. And tonight, kids, it is part 2 of the Summer House reunion. And I personally thought this was a 10 out of 10. Wild ride. This episode had my head exploding.
Agreed. The last one for me was so mind-blowing that I don't know, maybe now I'm just getting spoiled. Because I loved it. I loved every minute of it, but the last one was so bonkers.
To me, this one was equally as perfect. Obviously more like Kyle centered. The first one was more Ciara centered.
The outs on both have been like, oh, holy shit. The dig at Amanda being like, she's mute, she's weak, and like going out on that. And then this time going out on Miha was like, what, like next week, like we're going to crack a bottle.
Obviously.
Of the good stuff.
Do you say welcome back if you've been gone for a week? I wasn't here last week. Harris did a mighty job.
Oh my God, I forgot.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, I'm like, hi. I'm like saying hi. I'm happy to be back.
He wasn't at the first reunion. So like you've probably got things to say about.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I don't know if.
I thought Mike was like, shouldn't we welcome me back?
That's what I thought too. I'm
what do I say? Like, if I've been gone and now I'm back, what does the person who's back say?
I think you just said it.
About as opposed, like everyone's, oh, welcome back. What do I say?
I think you've said what you said.
Yeah.
Well, whatever you're supposed to
you said
say.
too much, actually.
Hi.
No, I think you go, back.
I'm back.
Yeah. Those are really terrible jazz hands. That's a jazz hand.
I thought you were our best dancer in high school.
It was. So I watched them back to back today because I was like, we'll do a little refresh on the first one.
Yeah.
And I think I'm with you. I think the first one was better, and I'll tell you why. And so watching them back to back, I was like, a little too much. It was like an hour, almost 2 hours of these idiots.
I'm so sorry that you got 2 hours of the Summer House season 10 reunion back to back. Like that's spoiled rotten.
Are your diamond shoes too tight? Do your hundreds not fit in your wallet? Come on.
I talked about this before. It's been too long now. Like the thing came out too long ago. We watched the whole season. Like we talked about it recently too about In the City. It's like we knew Paige and Craig broke up. We watched 2 seasons on 2 different shows of the breakup, and we cared about them, right?
Yeah.
Nobody cares about West and Amanda. It's been too long now. I'm over it. All I want to see is Mia and Ciara just annihilate her. I just need an hour to an hour and a half of annihilating her. That's the only time I'm having fun is when they're just telling her to f*** off. And you left your husband to be Wes's side piece. Like,
and you have pointy elbows.
Like all day.
I never told you.
That's all I want. When that's not happening, I'm like, what? No, get back to the shitting on Amanda.
I'm like, Jesse, great music.
Yeah,
I love
cool.
it.
Good job,
Moving
buddy.
along.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, all the things. I'm like, no, bring Dara back. Let's go. Like, Dara's got more shit to say. We need more of that. Like,
Dara might be on a thumbnail this week. I'm just saying.
I love her.
I know. She's so good.
I'm done with Wes and Amanda. We're all done with Wes and Amanda. But I'm having a Jax moment of like, why are we watching this? Why are we still rewarding these 2 idiots for bad behavior? Why are we still rewarding bad behavior? I having this whole struggle, and that's where I'm like, I don't care. I don't care about you 2. You're both horrible, evil pieces of shit. You don't even give a fuck about what you've done. He's going to ditch you. Like, it's all true. Like, all the things are true. So in that sense, like, yeah, Mia, Ciara, Lindsay. I would like to see Bailey get as activated as Ben makes her towards Amanda, because that was super weird to me. And then just fucking unload on this dude, and then have the dudes Jesse and KJ crying about losing their friend, like a real friend. Like, you fucking ruined our friendship.
You ruined everything.
Yeah.
You stupid bitch.
What's that from again?
It was a show that was basically half a musical, and I can't remember what it's called, but
Glee?
It's so
if
great.
you're into musicals, you would like this show.
Was it Glee?
No.
Anyways, so yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm just ready to be done with them. I'm ready to be done with them on this reunion. I'm ready to be done with them at Summer House. I'm ready to be done with them in the city and just ready to be done with West and Amanda. I don't care if they stay together. I don't care if they break up. I don't care about either of them. And as we get into the next episode, I'm like, I don't, this could be a problem for me. But it's also not a problem for me to literally cut people out of my life. And you could have birthed me, or I could have met you a week ago. And there's same, no problem. Not no problem, but like, so I think I'm cut them out of my life, and I don't care about them anymore. So all I want to know now, it's just making me want more Ciara, more Mia, more Kyle, more Jesse, more Dara, more KJ, more Ben, more Bailey and Levi. Why'd they even bring her out?
Levi got a little short end of the stick because of Amanda's storm off. You know, that was a bummer.
So yeah, I want more of them. I want more of everybody on the city except Amanda. So that's kind of where I'm at. So it's.
Yeah. I wonder if this is just. I don't know. It's maybe just a difference between you and I. I don't know if it's a difference in genders, but because I too, when I'm done with you, I'm done with you, and it's a defining trait of an Aquarian.
Yeah, hence truth for peace. She was done with us, and now she's done with us.
That's right. When you just, and I don't think she's done with us, but like when you say, like, you know me, like if I say I'm going to do something or not going to do it, like that is it. Well, here we are. And fine. Like I don't want to see them on my television set, but I want I want to see this to completion. I am not done beating this dead horse. I had moments of, I actually screamed in my house, like when certain things were said. I'm going to move the mic away from me so I don't blow out everyone's ears. But Amanda had said something and I just went, what? Like, are you, I don't even know. Pieces of my brain shot out in my ears. Like, I'm
but you're
fascinated.
Still,
yes, I am.
Still stunned? You're still shocked at her behavior? You still need to know what?
I'm not.
What is the closed,
fascination?
No, the closed loop. Like, what makes you go, okay,
well, one, if I start something, I have to finish it. That's my personality. Okay. Number two, so like I know there's 3 episodes. I want to see all 3 episodes. I am invested in the 3 episodes, right? 2, it's fascination more than anything. Like, remember I told you guys I was obsessed with Bernie Madoff, and I literally watched everything I could get on this guy because to me, it's not just like some scumbag move that you just bankrupted all these people because you were some greedy asshole. This is sociopathic. Most people would tell you that I would give my life to protect my child. And not only did this guy not do that, he threw his children in front of a moving bullet.
Yeah.
And his wife, who he had been with since she was like 16 years old, I think even younger. This guy had no care for anyone else but himself, to the point that when he was in prison, he had no remorse. He's sitting there, he's like, oh, I'm treated really well here. People are coming to me for financial tips. It's like, you asshole.
Yeah.
You have a child that offed himself because of what you did to him. Like, people's lives are forever ruined because of you. And the fascination with digging into that never ceases to amaze me. Like, I'm never at the bottom of that pit because I can't understand it. And so I think it's me just trying to like unknot it. And I think I have this note in here that actually West is worse than Sandoval because Sandoval, right?
Yeah.
Because Sandoval is not an intelligent person. West is smart. And that makes West dangerous to me.
Why do you think he's smart though?
Because I think, look at how he's played I don't think he's like some genius in every area of his life. I think in this area, it's like, you know how the Greeks the Greeks never used to say you're a genius. They would say you have a genius. So like if you were a really good musician, a really good scientist, you have a genius in the area of science. So West has a genius in the area of boyness, right? But like taking it to a completely different level because he's sociopathic with it. He has no regard for anyone's feelings but his own. He is so good at dodging bullets and staying alive through all of it. This is his 3rd year in the same hot seat. And not only does he come out alive, he still comes back. I don't think he can come back from this, but give it time. Like, he might be on a season of Traitors. He might get away with it in some weird way. And he has no ability to give a shit about anybody that he hurts. He leaves heartbreak, destruction, and chaos in his wake, and he could not care less.
Yeah, I know.
He could, and it entangles everyone, not just the women that he does this to. It's the friends in his life, and he continues to do it. This is a 30-something-year-old man.
It's 31. Because I looked at it today to just be like, how? Because I'm like just basically convinced that like this is. I've started talking about it before, but it's Amanda is just exchanging her same. Well, not her same, because I don't want to. Him and Kyle are very different people. They have very different character.
Yeah,
but. All the things that Amanda hated about Kyle that she liked to complain about all the time, she basically just found a way to like erase the last 10 years of her life and find somebody a decade younger. And it's a little more. Kyle's 43 and this kid's 31. He does not look 31. He looks about 35 to me.
Yeah.
Like he is not aging well. But I could not believe that like he's done what he's done and he's only 31 years old.
And by the way, at 31, you are a grown man. You should know better.
Of course.
And
yeah.
also, I think he's Kyle, but I like Kyle. I'm not saying it like to your point, but worse, 1,000 times.
Oh,
worse.
1,000 times worse.
You didn't.
Kyle has character. He really truly does.
100%.
Yeah.
But if you just compare these two for a second, you didn't like that Kyle went out. You found a guy that not only goes out and gets hammered, but allegedly is doing drugs. You didn't like the fact that Kyle wasn't faithful to you. West is hooking up with everyone and being duplicitous about it. You didn't like when Kyle had a mullet. What haircut is West wearing? It's a mullet. But on him, it's cute. Like none of it makes sense. And so to constantly just be like unraveling this and looking at it under a microscope, that's where my fascination lies. And it is endlessly fascinating to me.
Yeah.
I think my thing is there's nothing to unravel. Like you're just like we lifted up. We're like, oh my God. And then there's nothing. It's just the same. Every unraveling to me seems like it's not an unravel because it's just the same thing. So every road leads to the same outcome. You guys are super selfish, super greedy. You don't care. You're maybe a little narcissist. Like you're just dicks and pieces of shit. Like you're a piece of shit people. You're the kind of people that most people don't want to hang out with or be friends with or, so like, I don't, who cares? Why? You know what I mean? Like just shove them to the side and let's move on and talk about the people who actually matter.
Oh, sure. But like I don't know. It's like how we do this entire show. It's like deep diving into like all of the like why, but and also
taking the
why.
meat off the bones.
And then though, why at the end of that, like, and I am really curious to understand like how somebody does get this way. I find him to be so dangerous at this point that like all I wanted was for him to break up with her so she realized that she wasn't special. I think I said this last week. I need her to know you're not special. You're not, this behavior is not exclusive of you, you know, or exclusive to you, or wait, excluding
You're
you?
not the exception to the rule.
Yeah,
You're
all
not,
of that. You guys get it. And now I'm like, no, I hope that you guys stay together to keep each other so that neither of you are ever on the market again. So that like, you just like basically ride this till the wheels fall off, AKA keel over and die. And so you never become somebody else's obstacle in life.
Just
like,
keep infecting each other.
Yeah,
Don't
exactly.
spread it out
like,
to the
yeah,
population.
you guys both already have like eternal COVID. So just like suck it up and
You've emotional COVID.
Yeah, emotional herpes.
I think Lindsay, and I loved it. Like I said, I would listen to it all day long. But I think Lindsay and a little bit Dara kind of the situation because when West leaves her, they're all going to take her back. Like they kind of set themselves up to
You think they'll take Amanda back?
I do. Because she got played by West, who played everybody. It'll turn into it like, no, guys, no, Amanda played it. And they'll be like, oh, this guy, I knew it. Oh, come, you know, because it'll start with Kyle. And then Kyle will get Lindsay because they bonded. And Lindsay said, oh, I knew he was going to do this to that motherfucker. And they'll all rally around her and she'll manipulate them again into getting right back into everyone's good graces.
I was thinking about this when I was watching it this second time. And the only way I could see that happening is if Amanda has like a real come to Jesus, sit down with Andy and says like, this is what happened, gives us all of the details, that this is the truth. It's not this bag of bullshit that they're trying to sell us, that it's like, oh, no, we only consummated the relationship days after we put out this public statement. Like, come on. And really you can just, it reads on her that you've had a reckoning with yourself, and this is the truth, and you're not even looking for these people to be friends with you anymore. You just want them to know that you're sorry. Like, it would have to really be something that we could all universally resonate with.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I'm here for people to do better and grow and all of that. That is not any time in the immediate future, as far as I can see.
I think this is why I don't feel like Wes, I could never call him smart, is because I think that it is actually very easy to get an audience basically to tee them up for your redemption arc. And it just feels like neither of them are doing that. And all Wes would even really have to say is like, I don't know why I felt like Amanda needed saving, and something in me was like drawn to saving this person. I've never really thought of myself as a savior of anything. But I'm magnetized to like this situation that's happening in front of me, and I see this wounded person, and I felt like it gave me life. It gave, like, he could say something so deeply analytical of himself, and like, I wonder where that comes from. Like, I'm seeing a therapist, like this is a feeling I've never had before. And I suddenly felt like a real life person, that like I was here to do this thing. And obviously I look at it now and it's like, obviously that was the wrong move in every part of it. This is my friend. This is my ex. This is a person that like does not need to be jumping into a relationship right now. Like, he could really have done something. Like, that's why I don't think he's that smart, because like, I just think if you're so media savvy, you would know that like, it just takes a little admission of like, I'm doing some deep analysis of myself right now, because this is an out of body experience for me. And he just isn't. He just is like a mute. He's the mute here, you
100%.
know?
But let me clarify. That's why I said like he just has a genius in this one area. I don't think he's smart.
Because if you see his roster, that's another thumbnail idea I had. I'm like, can I put all the women that we know that Wes has banged and be like, how did this happen?
No, but that's where he has his area of genius, right?
Yeah.
Because it does take some mental dexterity to have a full-time girlfriend, be kicking it with Ciara, and be hooking up with Amanda. Like, it's like a thief that is your best friend.
Yeah.
And you're like, I can't believe someone broke into my house and stole my Rolex. And meanwhile, you're talking to the person who stole your Rolex and you have no idea.
Yeah.
And that person could get sloppy, obviously they're not great in all these other areas, but they are really great into slipping into your personal shit and taking it from you. And that's where I feel like West's genius lies. He is so good at pulling tail, doing it hand over fist.
Yeah.
And he's dovetailing chicks.
Yeah.
He is doing it so much that he's probably getting off on the fact that like, oh, these are the sheets that I slept with Miha in. And then Amanda's coming over and I'm bagging her in it. And I've got Ciara's sweatshirt on my chair. Like, he's looking at all of this, and that's getting him even higher.
Yeah.
And that he has done that better than anyone I have seen on reality TV.
1,000%,
and that's what I'm saying.
He's the John Mayer of reality TV.
Maybe even better.
Yeah.
But that's
my God. And John Mayer's hot.
I know. And rich and really tall and talented.
Yeah. All those things.
And so but that makes West even better at this.
Yeah, you're right.
And
about
that's why I say he's dangerous, because in doing that, he has no remorse and he does it as naturally as breathing.
Yeah. Because listen, I'm not, obviously, to know who he is now, I'm not shocked that he had a girlfriend this whole time, but I'm shocked that he had sort of like the balancing maneuvering to keep it all since February 2025.
Filmed an entire season.
Yeah.
She's at his apartment.
Yeah.
Putting together his furniture.
Yeah.
While he's got this whole fake storyline, and Jesse doesn't know.
Yeah.
And KJ doesn't know, and he's making us think, and he's spitting this weird story out to Ben. It was so dreamy with Ciara, and we all believed him. We all believed that like he really was showing some. We still thought he was a shithead, but we were like, oh, he is being thoughtful. Of like, it was so dreamy with her, and yeah, I have regrets. Meanwhile, there's some girl that you're gonna go home and sleep with who's
waiting
helping
for
make your
you.
house a more beautiful place.
Yeah, you're gonna walk in with your bags right now, and there's dinner's gonna be on
That's
the
right.
table, and like some new dope furniture is gonna be put together over
and she
here.
looks all beautiful. She's
Yeah.
shaved and showered
Yeah.
and ready to blow you or whatever.
Yeah.
Like you are unwell. That he is a Bernie Madoff type
Yeah.
person in that respect to me. That is sociopathic.
Yeah, that's wild.
Shall we top of the pops it, kids?
Yeah, I just want to also like I've been saying this every week because I just think it bears repeating especially after doing shows like Southern Hospitality, is that whoever is making the decisions on just all the little like the minutia to hone in on that has such symbolism in it. I just like this show. I will say it again. Like it needs some respect. It needs some recognition. I don't know what award that is. I keep saying Emmy. I don't know. Are the Emmys even still a thing anymore? Like whatever's the new and improved. Like just the storytelling. The like you're not telling us anything. You're showing us. And like if you are watching, you will pick up on how they are breadcrumbing you to get these people out of here. I feel like they don't want to work with West anymore. And so they're just showing you all these, even just like the smallest thing that you're like, that is a trait of this bigger picture thing. And it's brilliant. It's brilliant storytelling.
I have literally said this about you probably to 3 different people today, that Natalie said it, this show should be nominated for an Emmy, and she's fully right.
Yeah.
That and Natalie solved my ponytail problem. She told me I needed to lower it a little bit, and I think she was really right. Okay. So we're back at the scene of the crime, where Lindsay is just really hammering home the point that, and he's going to do it to you.
Yeah.
Amanda. He is going to talk about walk you like a dog. This is the dude. Leave Craig alone. This is the guy that's going to walk you like a dog.
Oh my God. Vanita, you really wasted that line on the wrong dude.
One.
Like hardcore the wrong dude.
The girlfriend, Miha gets brought up again, and Wes says, it's been public who I've hooked up with every once in a while. And first of all, that's not even a sentence. Like I don't know. The fact that this guy is so good at playing the bumbling idiot is maddening to me, because it's just like, shut up. As soon as you thought you had a way to defend yourself against the big, bad, terrible Kyle, you got on your voice, you were astute, you were sitting up straight, and you were looking him in the eyes. But any other time throughout this episode, last episode, I'm sure the next one, we haven't even seen it, you can't, you're speaking so quietly, you're hunched over, you're not even looking, you're looking at like the table decoration props on the table as opposed to looking at someone directly in their eyes.
He's even nodding at things. When they said the thing about Amanda's mute, Amanda's weak. It's going to be great because he'll always be the star and you'll just be in the backseat and whatever. He's literally nodding. Like, don't nod. Like you don't have to interject, but don't go like, yeah, because people were commenting, like they took that nod, not as a him just like trying to get through it. Most people that watched that took him as he was affirming it, like, because he was. Yeah, she is that way. Yeah, like it's so bad, but I guess it's so bad. It's good. Yeah.
Lindsay then is just like, listen, shut up. You're a pathological liar.
Apathy. I think we've got a new verbiage.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
You're apathy. No one believes you.
Yeah.
And she's right. No one believes you.
Yeah.
KJ jumps in, and I loved that he jumped in and said this when he was like, listen, my dad was a pathological liar, and the destruction that he caused by acting this way, and everyone that he talked to, you would believe him.
Yeah.
You would believe him hook, line, and sinker. And he was always lying. And what my mom had to go through to clean up this mess, it's not cool. And it reminds me of that. And it's a bit triggering, which I know you hate that word. I don't know if he used that exact word, but basically.
You know what KJ did do?
What?
In the first episode, he used "That's my truth" perfectly. He used it the way that it should be used.
I don't even remember.
He was talking about the shit that he was dealing with, and that is his. Also, did you guys know BPD means borderline personality disorder?
We've learned
You guys
this.
Yeah,
checked
we've
out.
learned that pretty
Couple
hardcore.
people. I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
heard that in the comments. A couple people said it, so
And
it's
I
kind of
hate
buried
that
in there.
Harris basically poured his heart out only for 50 people to go, just so you know, like we know there was somebody that commented literally 4 times the same comment about it. And you know, I thought about it later. I'm like, maybe it's one of those things where you comment and then it disappears and you're like, where'd my comment go? So you go back and do it again. If you were the victim of that, I'm sorry. But if you weren't, He just told you his whole life story. Just like, let it go, ho.
But he was explaining that process and he got diagnosed.
Yeah.
And he said, that's, it is what it is. That's my truth. Which, like, yes, that's when you use that. When you're like, hey, this is a thing about me. Might not be the greatest thing. It kind of sucks sometimes, but it is what it is. That's my truth. You did not use that term when you just think something happened that didn't really happen. And everyone's telling you, yeah, bro, that's not what happened.
Yeah.
And you reply, well, that's my truth.
Yeah, I'm sorry you feel that way.
That's not a thing. Yeah, that's not how you do that. So I'll give him credit for that. That made me happy.
But he also then went on to say, like, especially, this is so messed up on so many levels, but especially considering the conversation that we had this summer. And Andy said, thank you for having this conversation. It was incredibly edifying. Ciara, is there anything you want to add to, that conversation? And I've heard her talk a lot about this on other podcasts, and I'm glad that she brought it up again because it bears repeating. She's like, considering the state of the world right now, the political climate, just globally, she goes, I don't want to have people in my life that don't want to have these conversations, that don't want to talk about things like this, because it is a real issue that I deal with, that KJ, Mia, and then obviously different groups of people also can have these experiences. And if we don't want to just address it, then we're going to, then what are we doing? There's,
No, I'm grateful for it, because I'll tell you who doesn't discuss it enough, this guy. And that's because, like, we made kind of like just a decision that, like, this should be a space for, I don't want to say entertainment, but like you can come here and you don't have to worry about having all the arguments that you've had with your family and friends all day long, or people that you work with or whatever. And like, I can't always control if I got a zinger, or if I'm just really irritated about something, I'll throw it out there. But like, you can't imagine how much more I have to say that I don't, or that I did say and that it's cut out by the time I get it to the edit. So she's doing the Lord's work and like continuing that conversation, so that when we include it here, it's not us bringing it to you and trying to add something that like you don't care about. Like, we're covering it because she said it, and that's like, now we're just covering the show, So if people start getting like I get, where I'm just like, people don't want to hear about this anymore, I'm just gonna mind my P's and Q's, reel it in. If everybody did that, then we'd be
the conversation would never move forward.
Yeah, exactly. So
and
thank you.
Yeah, it's brave, and it's also, it gives selfishly, in a way, I guess, I don't know if that's the right word, like gives us the ability to then talk about it, like you said, on a platform that we were trying to,
let it just be. Nobody needs to feel bad when they get here.
Yeah.
Wherever you are in life, whatever your stride is, like it's we're not trying to hold you to real account after,
on a number of topics, not
exactly.
just this, I think is what you're saying. Yeah. And Andy said, did you believe them, specifically Wes? Because Wes and Amanda were both saying, like, I see you and I see you so much differently, or like, I hear you in a different way now. And she said, yes, at the time I did believe them. Now I do not at all.
Yeah.
And we're with you, Ciara. We do not believe them either. And this is when Amanda pipes up and she's like, no, that's truly how I felt in that moment. And it's just like, shut up.
Yeah.
You've done enough damage. Like, you clearly don't see her, regardless of race. And I know we can't take race out of it because it is what it is. But like, even if that wasn't a component here, like, you're not seeing who this human being is in front of you on any level.
Yeah.
So just stop trying to tell us that you do.
Yeah. She basically told you it's quadruply makes me look stupid when I get completely blindsided by a white dude. And now you, her best friend, a white girl, and this other white dude have blindsided her in a way that, like, she didn't even, like, no one saw that coming, you know? So yeah, maybe you heard her and you understand. I think that the kicker is that you probably shouldn't even tell her that you understood or that you were being real in that moment, because now basically by your actions, what you've shown is you understood and you didn't give a fuck about it. It all was just like, oh, I'd like to now, so I'm just going to throw everything, this woman's entire experience out.
My mom used to say that shit all the time. Like, she would get home and like, whatever, something didn't get, or like, I could have done something that would have just helped my mom out by the time she got home or whatever, right? And I didn't do it. And she would go home and be like, Did you even think about like just you're trying to teach me a lesson in life, like just have some consideration. Like, did you even think that this might be a nice thing to do? And once in a while, I was that idiot that'd be like, you know what, I did think about it, and she'd be like,
Don't tell me that.
That's even worse, bro. You thought about it and didn't do it. Like, f off.
Yeah, that's
I would
Amanda.
appreciate that you just didn't even think about it. Like, that would be better. That I could get like, oh, well, he's a dumb kid. He didn't think about it. But you did think about it. And you still didn't.
You've been doing some thinking too lately. And I just want to tell you, it doesn't go unnoticed. Like, I've been just so slammed that this guy has done more dishes and more vacuuming in the last month that, like, it's been really nice. And,
That's so nice.
And sometimes I don't even have time to even say, like, oh, the dishes are like, because I'm just running out of there and sitting in this seat and like trying to get less red because of the hair dryer just like, and I'm just like, okay, are we doing this?
Everyone on the internet right now is like, whoa, woo, you did a dish, big deal.
Well, I'm just saying, you know, I'm here. Mike goes to work all day. And so like, yes, I obviously
You're working too.
Yeah, I'm totally working too. And it's just been atrocious. And he's not coming in and being like, do you want me to do those dishes? He's just been doing them.
Oh,
and that's good stuff.
That is great stuff.
Yeah. Because we would give him a hard time about how he'd be like, well, what should I do? And I'd be like, look left and look right. Okay. So if I'm going to tell the people about that, I should probably also tell them that you did.
The wind's got to get on the board too.
Yeah. You looked in the sink and now there's nothing in there. Well, right now there is, but you know, because we started immediately when you got home.
Yeah, go home late. But also I'm growing this stupid thing for you. But McFix likes it. Shannon wasn't ready for it. Shannon Fall. And somebody else.
She wasn't ready for it.
She said she wasn't ready for it.
Someone else said I wasn't ready for Mustache Mark.
That's Shannon Fall.
Oh, that was Shannon.
And I think Palaver Girl, she was like, no offense, Nat, but so thank you.
Oh,
everyone.
yeah, no, I saw that. She's like, I'm not trying to Amanda your dude.
Yeah, exactly.
So cute.
That was so cute.
Yeah. So thank you to the people that like the scruff. I'm not a fan, but the things you do for love.
No, it's good. It's good stuff. And because you got the haircut and a button up. He had the scruff for a minute, and like I feel like 3 shows in a row it was like an old jank sweatshirt, and I was like, bro, you can't wear a Niners hat, an old sweatshirt, and have the scruff. Like this is how you do it.
Yeah, that's it. The Niners hat is a high class, like high fashion item. So
you need a better hat collection, or
you're always saying like, oh, you have the best hats. You have some really cute hats. I don't know why you don't wear them.
Sorry, what? I say you have the cutest hat.
Yeah,
I can't even imagine Natalie that sentence coming out of her mouth.
No,
the blue one.
I wasn't here.
Because your TaylorMade hat is like not faded and sweat dinge and like all. So I'm like, just wear that, and you're like, it doesn't go with what I have on, and I want to be like, it literally doesn't matter, bro. Like nobody's like trying to match their hat. Like if they are, but like, listen, just out of all the other hats. I mean, a sweat like if you want to show your armpits and be like, look, this one matches my armpit.
See that? Same collection.
Yeah, same collection.
Hey, can I just say
fall 98?
Yeah, that's right. Can I just say really quickly though about this the conversation that you know we all loved so much, and then this stuff. It also goes, I think this is because I beat a dead horse till it's cremated, till it's powder, like glue it back together, do it again.
This is not hard. They're giving you the material, and it's really like, I don't even know what to do with this.
That's right. And so it's just one more thing where it's like, everyone in America felt this conversation. This conversation made a difference. It was a seminal conversation for... that it leveled up a certain part of like reality TV, knowing that we're learning.
It was a new and improved race conversation. Yeah,
it was so great that they shared all of this and were so vulnerable. And also, you don't know, like you could be lambasted for it. People could come at you for it and you just not understand what you were trying to say. You don't know how the edit's going to happen. Yeah. And the fact that like all 3 of them still sat there and said all of that in spite of what could have been the outcome and the hate that they could have gotten from it, like it made it even more powerful. And so everyone felt that. Amanda, you must have felt it. You were at the table. It must have felt so special to be there for this conversation. And even knowing and feeling and all of that and being a part of all of that, that didn't go into the beep bop boop computer of I'm going to over this person that has been one of my best friends, who I've been in the bed with for 6 years, who has had my back, who has stood up to my husband when I didn't have the balls to, and has been vulnerable in this new way publicly. And I'm going to be the white chick to her over with this white guy that she's already expressed. hurt me in a way that I will never understand.
And not just Ciara alone. Like you've seen the what is it when you're the wake of damage. Like it's you can't unsee that. Like I feel like we could. Like I said, I was just like looking through like 5 of the women that came up to mind. Like some of the most beautiful, smartest, successful women that are on this channel and not on this channel. I don't know who this Miha bitch is, but I want to know more. By the end of this, I'm like, bring her in. You're not different from any of them. In fact, like you don't even really have half of what all those women have. Yeah. So, God.
It's anyway, we can move on. That really was just another thing where it's like, wow, you really had no foresight. It was me, my needs, and f- all y'all. I'm doing what I want because I'm having an awakening.
Yeah. Okay, before we move on from that scene though, like one of the greatest lines is in this scene where she's like, I was embarrassed. And Mia's like, it's embarrassing.
We'll get there. Don't you worry.
Isn't that this? Doesn't she say all of that? And she's like, I was embarrassed because I wanted to tell you.
Andy first says, what then Andy turns to Amanda and says, what do you think, and with all due respect, like, what do you think makes you any different? Like makes this situation different than what these other girls have all experienced? And then Amanda says, it's basically some word salad about like, we've talked about this privately and what that would look like and what it would mean. And that's the only reason why I'm sitting next to him right now. And it's like, draw something resembling anything. That was just embarrassing to me personally. And that's when we get into the thing where she said, I have feelings for West. I've kissed West and now he's seeing someone else. And I'm embarrassed to tell that to Ciara. And Mia goes, I mean, yeah, it's embarrassing. And then, you know what was so great about that moment though? To me, and I'm sure you'll agree with this. You know how sometimes you'll like say something to a friend like, oh God, no, I know I look terrible. And the friend's like, honestly, that outfit does look terrible on you. Let's find something new. But like you didn't think they were going to say it back to you. And you're like, oh God, I didn't realize it was that bad. I've actually worn this all day. I feel like she was saying that so that, you know, when you're like, do I look fat in this? No, you look amazing. I feel like that was her emotional, like, I know I look fat in this. And they're like, you do.
We covered it in the city last night. And I said, man is such an idiot. Like she's holding on to, basically she's got 5 things that she wants. And I'm just bringing up a number 5. I don't know how many they are, but it's basically like, she wants you to think that they only did this until this time, that this only happened on this time, that the statement was before this or after this. Like she's really holding on to so many things. And it's like, you can't have all of those things. You got to pick one of those things that maybe means the least to you and like something embarrassing and disclose it so that because right now no one is believing a word that comes out of her mouth. So like you got to give some chum so that people can go, oh, that's kind of embarrassing. I don't know why she would tell us that. Maybe she is telling the truth about this other thing or whatever. And it seems like she picked this moment to say, well, I knew that I would have to say something to Ciara sooner or later, regardless, no matter what. I was going to have to tell her. And so I was just trying to figure out what this was and get to the bottom of that before I did, because it was embarrassing to say that I like this guy. I've caught feelings for this guy and I kissed him and he's seeing someone else. And it's like, you ruined it, right? Like I feel like maybe she had a little bit of what I was saying where she realized she needed to come forward with something and say that I was embarrassed because I knew that this thing. But the fact that she is still adding in that, like, I kissed him and he's still, have been banging this dude for so much longer. You've banged him 7 ways till Sunday before you realized that he had another girlfriend. And you probably banged him even harder once you realized that he did, because you got to win now.
That's right.
And I just thought, like, you're so transparent and like you picked the wrong thing, or like you tried to maneuver something and you still are just holding on to everything too tightly. And that's why you're just exposing yourself. But I'm happy for this. She's not mincing words. So there's not a lot of like debate. You are who you are. You're a total asshole. Like I said earlier, I hope that I was excited for the demise of this relationship, just to be like, ha, told you. But now I'm like, no, you guys just glom onto each other hard. Let's put cuffs on them so they can never part. And like, let's put them on an island somewhere, because they truly deserve each other.
Totally. And that's such a good point. I wasn't clocking that. Now that you say it, it was her way to be like, no, like I'm a stupid girl too. Like
Exactly.
I get that you were feeling bad about West, and I was so embarrassed to tell Ciara, like, I fell for it too, girl.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't you get? We're in the same boat now, sister.
Sisters.
You're not. Okay.
Oh, this is another part. I'm sorry, just about that buzzwords talk about like where we get into that race conversation when Ciara calls bullshit on West and Amanda's like support of her last summer.
Yeah.
And Amanda says, everything was real. I got caught up in my feelings. It hurt me a lot. And Ciara's like, it really hasn't. And like the others were chiming in and they were like, you've been up and down every bar in West Village. And then someone else goes, and they were just at this Yankees game. Like all you idiots had to do was lay low for a month because you would get through the reunion. Because all of that shit that you pulled, all of those nights out, all those breadcrumbs, going to that Yankees game on the same day of the glamour shoot, like you couldn't even keep it in your pants and just stay home, catch up on Euphoria, catch up on like some series that you're behind on. Yeah, exactly. And you couldn't do that. Like you just had to tell us, like, we're not just like cheater, pumpkin eaters. We're also assholes because like we have no remorse for it. We're going to be out here rubbing it in your face and we're going to do it while we're dressed homeless. And it's not just like a dig at your style. It's just another thing to say like, I don't care. I have nothing to be sorry for. You all y'all. I don't care. I'm going to do whatever I want.
But that's it. Like neither of them, like they don't care. West, we're learning clearly doesn't care. She doesn't give a shit. Like, and the more I'm sitting here too, the more I'm like, this is weird. Cause like a lot of this is, and I don't mean to be whatever divisive or like sexist or whatever, but a lot of this is girl stuff, right? Between like a Ciara and Amanda and two girlfriends, and like the Kyle and West of it it's a thing, but it's not that big of a thing. One thing I'm sitting here wondering is like, what Ciara's annihilating Amanda. More of that, please. Nothing for West. Nothing really for West.
Because that's Kyle's avenue. That's his. I feel like Kyle's doing that to West. I almost wonder
but
if
he didn't until the end of this episode. So we're 2 episodes in before Kyle snaps at him, and it's an emotional snap, and it's also that's how my dad would say, You snapper pants, you're the most goofiest guy ever. I'm like, what are you trying to be mad at me right now? Like he said it like he was Mr. Rogers, like but Amanda, finally frustrated. So I don't,
snappers.
They don't give two about any of these people. They don't care about Ciara. They don't care about me. They don't care about any of these people. And on top of that, I guarantee you Amanda is sitting there thinking, you guys are yelling at me. You're all getting paid. All you dumbass podcasters got shit to talk about. This has been a 3-month story. Bravo's cashing in. Andy's cashing in. You all can yourselves. That's what's going on in her mind. She's wondering where the thank you is. West, I don't know if West is smart. I think West is kind of dumb.
But do you see what I'm saying? It's just in this one specific niche. Not that he is a smart human in a 360
Oh yeah, no, he just knows
way.
how to get all the most beautiful women in this country.
And layer them and play them and not have to have one know about the other and then be able to lie to one while he's hooking up with the other.
And it doesn't take a lot of smarts to lie to people. Like
I think to pull off what he
but
did. But
he's not pulling it off, right?
I mean, he
like
did for a long time.
Why did they break up? Why did West and Ciara break up?
Because he didn't want a relationship.
Why? Like what happened? What was the news? What was the big breaking story? Bunch of he got on a reality show. Nobody knew who the he was.
Oh, people were like, right. Fine.
So like this dude has been. That was our first introduction to West, the bad guy, right?
Yeah.
We spend a summer with him, falling in love, charming the pants off of everybody. And the thing I was going to say earlier about like this kind of a girl thing, the thing that I'm most upset about, and Ciara said it too. When Andy asked her early on in the first thing, she was like, Amanda, I'm upset about Amanda, like bummed about West, whatever. But like, and I'm the opposite because I feel. I'm like, Amanda, you just had this was just a mastermind plan for Amanda. It could have been West. It could have been Jesse. It wouldn't have mattered. Flip-flop the dude, whoever came to her and was like, hey, are you all right, man? I can't believe Kyle said that to you. That's the guy that she would have left him for, you know? I think West is doing more damage
He
to the
is.
dudes and the friend group. And I think West is the one that's going to fracture this friend group. And I don't know why, but I think Amanda's disposable in a way. Like
After seeing her on In the City, like she got nothing.
Yeah.
Like no one's fighting to see her. No one ever thought she was entertaining. No one ever got anything from her. So yeah, I'm with you on that.
So yeah, I'm really enjoying the times where they light up Amanda, and I'm really feeling sad when KJ and Jesse talk and Carl talks, and even Kyle. Like the fracturing of this group makes me sad. But then conversely, I think there's a silver lining to this whole thing too.
There definitely is, because anybody who thought these people aren't really friends, all they had to do was watch that very first opening scene with them all on the couch and how everyone's on speakerphone party line and they're all just like, bro, I just landed here. Oh, I'm here, but I can fly home tonight. Oh, you don't touch women. Like all of it. Like it was just like, oh, these people are all like family.
Not only that, but this thing is bringing them all closer together.
Yeah, definitely.
It's excluding Amanda and West, but it's making them all realize that this is a family. They are that close.
Yeah, if they didn't even realize it before,
they didn't
now
even
they
realize it.
Yeah.
And now that these two idiots have done this thing, they're all starting to realize, like, no, this is a special thing, and you guys it up.
Yeah.
So you leave.
Yeah.
We're gonna light you up for 3 episodes, but then leave, and we're gonna glue our shit back together.
Yeah.
And you guys aren't a part of it. And
Tom
I'm ready for
tried
that.
tried to tell him.
He did. He nailed it. You're right.
Schwartz.
This isn't
He
gonna
nailed
last.
it so
Dude,
hard.
that's so
That
fun.
scene is
That's
so crazy.
weird.
Schwartz literally goes in
And
the
that
room,
was
tells
2
them
years
that,
ago.
says,
That
savor
wasn't even
this.
this year.
I know.
No.
He walks in, savor this. This is so special. I had this too, and it slipped away. Hold on to it tightly. And Paige says, I'm pretty sure we're good. The only thing that could fuck this up, as long as
Kyle doesn't
Amanda
bang.
doesn't cheat on Kyle.
Wait, did she say Amanda or Kyle?
Amanda doesn't have an affair on Kyle.
Because that's what Paige did.
It's the
see
eeriest
that.
foreshadowing ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that
And
was
like, and listen, I get that, like, that they weren't together at that, but like, I think
don't
they
know.
were together when this all started,
right.
emotional or not. But I honestly think there was some of this too. I just want to play you this one thing that lands to what you're kind of talking about, because I think that he even got Lindsay, because I didn't even think about this. Hold on.
What she was really saying was that West met Lindsay,
Dude, this is so
used her to get on the show, and then discarded her. Then he did it to Ciara. Now he's doing it to Amanda. That is what Lindsay was saying without saying it.
yeah.
This is Turtz ZC. Well, Turtz ZC? TURTZC. I don't know. I stumbled onto him, and I just thought, like, honestly, it made me wonder, like, if he was coming on to Lindsay too and giving her a real full court press, knowing exactly who she was, popping some ideas, and then she's like, right, that was my idea, that podcast idea. Write this up. Remember that whole thing, like, sign on this napkin. That was Lindsay's idea. And then Lindsay is so taken by him that night. She calls her producers and says, I got a guy you guys should reach out to. And then Wes just gets a random phone call from the network. Like, I don't know when. I assume it was probably pretty quickly, though. That's how this happened. He probably saw her at a bar, saddled up next to her,
Dude.
started saying, like, knew something.
Totally.
I'm just like,
No,
that's
listen.
where his smarts lie. And she's got to be pissed.
Back at the ranch, Amanda is like, I need to take a break, or like, I have to step away. When Mia's like, oh, yeah, because that is embarrassing.
Yeah.
And I just love that she slapped her in the face with the truth.
No, it was so perfect. She even let Amanda kind of say it again before she said it. It was almost like she was gonna, okay, I'll just, and then Amanda like said the sentence again about being embarrassed, and she's like, it's right there. You're serving it up to me. I gotta lay it down.
I got to knock it out of the park. Sorry.
Yeah, totally.
And then she walks off, and then Lindsay's like, why isn't he going after her? And then everyone starts chirping up, why isn't he going after her? Why isn't he going after her? And that was such a telling moment. Not that we needed to know anymore, but I'll take it. The fact that he was just sitting there and they all said, "What? Go after her." And he's like, I didn't know if you're going to keep asking me questions.
Yeah.
Just like this sad lump on a log.
Yeah.
And the producers were doing him no favors, which I am here for, sitting there with the flop sweat, hunched over, just looking so what did someone say in our comments? He looks like dirty laundry.
Oh, he totally does.
Perfect. And he does.
Yeah.
What a limp dick excuse of, I didn't know if you were going to keep questioning me. It doesn't matter. She got up. If you gave a shit and were really concerned that this woman who's been getting hammered because you don't step in at all and you don't want to take any of the heat, you don't go after her. And finally, after everyone begs you, you stand up, go after her, and say the most banana cakes thing to her in that room. First of all, I just wanted to come and see how you are. No, tell her the truth. Everyone on set, including your soon-to-be ex-husband, said, what are you doing? You're an asshole. Go check on this person. I didn't want to come on my own volition.
Yeah.
Now I'm here. And I just want to let you know, if you have to cry on camera to be manipulative.
Yeah. By the time that he does get up and go after her, it's just like, if you didn't already know, like, he is just the least attractive guy on this whole stage. And so I just think it was funny that like if you just knew anything, you would have just gotten up and jogged off right away, but you let everybody down the row had to tell you, go after her. What are you doing? Be a man, go after her. So now all eyes are on him, all cameras are on him, every worst angle. Like you could have just like bopped away and no one's the wiser. We would have all just seen like a guy going after someone that he cares about. But like, it just is like highlighting, like it was just like a shitty angle where he's this short, stocky dude with like bad hair and a horrible suit. And he's just like kind of, it's so humiliating. And we were talking last night about how like I noticed that like he's got this swagger on In the City, because on In the City, this is before everything came out, and he's thinking he is king of the world. He has nailed it. He's got his backwards hat. He's with the ladies at lunch, like the two, he's banging one of them and the other one would like to be banging him still, you know? And like and Ciara's like the goddess of all goddesses. Yep. And like just the swag that he was walking in with, thinking that like, I totally nailed this. I got one up on everyone. This is exactly what I've been planning.
That's what I'm talking about the smarts thing.
Yes.
Like he has it.
But then he always it. But
somehow and again, I think this time it's like you took it too far. It's all fun and game until somebody loses an eye. It's like somebody lost an eye, but he was doing it for so long.
Yeah. But even at the end of Summer House, he still like could have gotten out of all of that by not making out with Ciara on literally like not even the last, like I don't even want to call it the last day. I want to call it like basically 4 hours before you were pulling out of the driveway, because they were up at 6 a.m. This was happening. That timestamp was like between 4 and 6 a.m. Yep. They were probably out by noon.
Yep.
Like, so like, you just like, that you and Amanda, this is next level self-sabotage. Like, I don't understand it, but I want to.
I'm telling you, he's that guy. He's like, he's getting sloppy with his crimes.
Yeah.
And then Kyle, the world's worst husband who never does anything for you, Amanda, stands up for you again in all of this. And, you know, like she just needed a break. Poor little baby bird just couldn't take it, had to, you know, go away. You know who did sit there and take it? Rachel. In Vanderpump, like she sat.
I know.
I never thought I'd be like, look to this one. She did nail it.
That's what we said from the jump. Yep. Like there is something about like I thought that was the poorest way to go throughout a reunion. Is just sit there and like just like she didn't pipe up about anything, and when she did, it wasn't good. So maybe I don't know if she's dumb or if she realized like there's no getting out of this. I just need to take my lashings and whatever. But in hindsight, it now turns out to be like, if you guys up like this, sit there, say nothing, give them nothing, be the mute. Yeah. Because everything that you say is only going to make it worse.
That's right. And when Kyle stands up for her again, I love how Lindsay's like, do you know how many times I've been in the hot seat and had everyone coming after me year after year after year, and I just sat there and took it?
She's also loves that though.
Oh, yes, but she also did sit there and take it.
No. I just wanted to, like I said, in this situation, just like when Kyle pipes in later and he said what we were talking about at the beginning, like, if you're going to ask her questions, we're never going to get anywhere if you don't let her answer, you know? So I just want to be fair and like that there are things that like we could say, well, you could do this, you could do that. This probably won't get you anywhere. This was a lost cause. There was no getting out of this. So that's all I'm trying to.
Totally. I think though, and you're right. Like Lindsay loves the attention, no press. She's the consummate publicist, no press is bad press.
Yeah.
But to her credit, like, yeah, you know, like if you keep interrupting or if you keep whatever, we're not going to get anywhere. But she still sat there and
Yeah.
and went through the paces. And Amanda's like, I can't do this. This is too hard. And she bailed. And I do not appreciate it. It was really sweet that, you know, after all of this happened, Mia said to Kyle, you know, are you okay? And checking in with him. I thought that was lovely.
Wait, who did what?
Mia, like, you know, Wes goes up to check on her, and Lindsay's going off about how I've always sat in the seat and just taken it.
Yeah.
And it has to feel so weird for I know it feels weird for Kyle to watch another man go after his wife.
He
Like
said
that
as
is
much. Like, this is, where am I?
That's right. And I thought it was just so sweet for Mia to just like gently chime in with him, just saying like, hey, you okay?
Yeah.
I just thought that was lovely.
Yeah.
I thought it was lovely and super sweet when everybody was like, I was about to get up. I'll go after her. I'll go check on her. And Mia was like, I wasn't about to get up and go check on her.
So
I'm just gonna
good.
keep it real with you right
Yeah,
now. Was
just
not
on the
in
real.
my
I'm
plans.
about to sit right here
Yeah.
and wait till we're rolling again.
Yeah.
Mike, would you say namaste here?
Namaste here.
I forgot about that.
Mike loves that joke.
The other thing that I thought was funny just about Kyle saying that line about how, you know, we're not, if we're trying to get somewhere, we're never going to get anywhere if we don't let her answer. And I just like want to remind people that like, I kind of feel like this is Kyle's like court discovery portion. Like Kyle needs as much on audio and video that he can get for like whatever's ahead. Like, and that's just good business, you know, like
Yeah.
I don't know what it will do for him, but I don't know that it won't do anything for him. And I think he is really trying to get a timeline because he does have some like things that you can catch him where he's like really trying to figure out when exactly did this start. Cause I think I know, but like, I need everyone to, I need some confirmation of that. Yeah.
Anything you say can and will be used against you.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about the things that happened with Amanda and West in the dressing room. Does anyone have anything to add to that?
West in the dressing room?
West and Amanda in the dressing room, where I said, like, you know, he said, if you have to cry on the couch, which I thought was wildly manipulative. He also said, I came to check on you, but left out the part that everyone yelled at me to come check on you. And that's why I'm here to check on you. I didn't know if you had anything to add to that.
I don't even think I followed them to that. I don't think I even heard West say that stuff.
Oh, yeah. He goes, if you have to cry on the couch.
If you have to blow your nose, that's from a movie. Whatever.
Oh, yeah. What is that from? If you have to blow. Or if you have to go here.
Go in this.
Go
or
in
something.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that?
If you have to go in this. So, Joe Schmo, please let us know what that is.
Yeah, because my next thing is the Kyle, Ciara, Mia, Carl powwow.
Okay, so then after this, when he came out after quote unquote checking on her, Lindsay's like, Lindsay gives everyone the break. She's like, guys, we're gonna take a 15 now.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us can go on. So they take their 15, and that's when Kyle, Mia, Ciara, I think Lindsay was Ciara, Mia, Ben, and Carl gather around Kyle. And he says, the thing that I'm most focused on is West's ease of lying. And Carl said, it's unreal. Kyle says he has receipts. He reached out to Mia. He was having like a full blown relationship as of February 2025. He connected Ciara and Miha. And they kind of all armchair expert the whole like, and of course, West is going after Amanda because she can't fully commit and blah, blah. Like they've all done the math.
I'm literally, there's so many things that Kyle said tonight that I'm like, you're watching Showmance.
Yeah,
because we've been
totally.
talking about all of this stuff. Like, because that's all we spent 4 hours on it. So you don't have to, Kyle.
Yeah.
Like we told you like when he says like, at some point he says like, Amanda was having everyone do her dirty work. I'm like, we've been trying to tell you.
Kyle, big fan.
Yeah.
Big fan.
What I loved about this scene was just like, because I love it anytime I just see like somebody realizing, like the person that f***ed up, realizing that like they're not a part of the group anymore. Carl getting up and walking over and literally kneeling down in front of Kyle because like that's your best friend.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if it's your best friend in the world, as far as I know that it is, because I've only watched you in this house. Maybe Kenny is. I don't know. Carl's been a good friend, I think. But I like that Wes basically had to get up and be like, I guess I'll just, because listen, we're meeting a whole other side of
Kenny from
Kyle's.
the city. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I lost you. Okay, sorry, keep going.
I don't know who his best friend is, but as far as I'm concerned, it's Carl.
Me too.
So I like that Carl went over there. Mia got up to go sit on the other side of him. And then Ben kind of scooched over. Ciara, of course, is front and center, and they're kind of just game planning and talking about it. And Wes just kind of finds himself sitting there like by himself, and he's like, I guess I'll go back. Like after he just came out from there, you know, like just this is not your friends anymore. This is not your family. This is not your circle. This crew has continues on, and they're tighter than ever now, all because of you. So if you could just exit, that'd be great. Like, because if you would have just sat there, I feel like somebody would have been like, "Do you mind? We're trying to have our game plan here. We're running our play."
Trying to get a group picture, West. Can you just? But that's what I'm saying. Like, and I'm sure some people will be like, "Oh, you got a podcast. This is your job." Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, fine, sure, you're right. My thoughts and my vibes and my feels and my deep dives now are, bye. Give me everybody else. Let me watch the relationships form because of what you guys did.
Yeah.
I don't care about what you guys did. I know why you did it, because you're stupid and you're horny and you're selfish and you're greedy and you don't care about your friends. And I don't care about those kind of people. I don't need to, and I'm not discrediting your desire to get to the bottom of it. Just for me, I'm like, I'm done. I don't need that. I don't want to reward that. You know, it's, I don't know. It's a Jax. This is a Jax thing, and they finally did. They finally got rid of Jax, and to be honest, to this day, I'm still a little stunned and a little shocked that Bravo did that. That they've actually fired somebody.
Dude, so glad.
I'm telling you,
that like normally gets rewarded.
They only did it because of that Rosebush story.
Maybe.
Yeah. And I think that the thing that's pushing West over the edge with them is the Miha situation, because them realizing you fully lied. You fully had a full-on girlfriend.
To everyone. You lied to the producers. You lied to the people on the show. You lied to your friends.
Because I think that listen, there's so many bloggers out there that, and I say this all the time. Like sometimes I find myself just kind of taking them at their word, because like there are some handles that you have just been following forever. And you just think like they couldn't, but still, certainly it's like when I was at the salon once and this lady next to me was telling me this wild conspiracy, which a wild conspiracy to me, like just imagine what it was. And she was an older woman. She was probably in her 70s. And she said something like, I was like, I just don't think that that's possible. That seems kind of crazy. Whatever reason, we fall on the next, our hair cycle falls on the exact next day. So we're both literally sitting in the same chairs 5 weeks later next to each other. And she goes, "Oh, I'm so glad you're here. I wanted to tell you, it's still on the internet. So it must be true." She's like, "But if it was, somebody would have taken it down by now." I'm like,
That's not how the internet works.
That works. I thought that was so adorable. She goes, "I've been checking. I'm so glad you're here to tell you that it's still on the internet." So anyway, I think that that's how I'm looking at it. Like if the Bravo investigator, I'm not even saying it was a Bravo investigator, but I'm just saying like if it's Bravo mom or what, like there's just people that I've been watching for so long that I'll start taking it. Anyway, the scuttlebutt right now is that the network is furious with him because of this one specific thing of like, that was a blatant lie of like your whole character. Like you came on this show and have misrepresented yourself. It's just like how they found out that what's her name, Bailey from last season, not this season's Bailey, but the last one. And then they basically just kind of erased her from the rest of the season. So I think that they do take that part, seriously. Here's hoping. Yeah.
I mean,
you know,
it's a reality show. Like this is a reality show about your life.
Yeah.
So, like, yes, we're going to produce some of it. If you show up to work and you don't got a story, we got you.
Yeah.
But you can't hide story.
Yeah.
And you can't hide this kind of story.
Yeah.
And you can tell us and like, hey, there's this, that, then. I'd rather not focus on this. I don't really want to talk about this. Fine. You can make that deal or arrangement. But on a reality show about your life, hiding things about your life like your relationship, probably not going to fly.
Yeah, it's not that you cheated. You could cheat on every Bravo celebrity that we have on the roster of all the shows. But if you bring someone into it that we don't know and you've completely left that as like you've hidden her in a cave over here and like and you've got a full other life, then like that's no go. They're not the morality police by any stretch. They're you didn't let that be a part of your story, then like we have nothing for you here because now this audience doesn't trust you, and that is going to affect the entire show. Like once I'm already a skeptic, so imagine now I know like this guy isn't anyone that we thought. Like he was fully having that entire thing with Amanda and Ciara, and like we were invested in the like build up to is he going to get back together with Ciara? No, but I'm saying that Miha we didn't know about.
Oh, yeah.
So it's all we were thinking was like so many people were invested in the Ciara West storyline. So to find out that like that could have never even really maybe been an option regardless is like we based a whole season on the build of that. And now like that No, man. Like that's too much money on the line. That's too much. That's people that are, listen, we're going to keep watching. Okay. But like, there are some people that'll be like, I can't watch. This is all a lie. This is The Hills all over again, you know?
And it takes like everything they've built and it just kind of demos it.
Yeah.
So that now this group that we've been watching some iteration of for the last decade, what do we do?
Yeah.
Because you just pulled the pin and threw the grenade into the middle of the group. So now we removed two very integral people. One that was with our main guy who was spearheading this show from S1, E1. We wanted to navigate the divorce with you. We built an entirely secondary show, an entire second show based off of you guys and seeing what was going to happen. So now you've f***ed us coming and going, and we've got to really do some damage control, regroup, and it's all because you needed to get your dick wet.
Yeah, and it's not even that like you cheated on someone, like, so that now our new show that we've filmed the entire thing already, it's in the can. We can work with that because we know all the players, but you've added an unknown entity in here that has made ingredient. Like none of this has been real with you. So I think that they had big plans for West. I think that he was like someone on deck to really.
Dude, we said it in the beginning. We said it the first season when we all. We all kind of fell in love with him, and then that thing happened. You were the last one to kind of come back. I don't think you ever came back 100%, but like, good on you, good call.
Yeah.
We said, we were like, oh, this guy could, him and Jesse could have taken over the Bravo world. These two could have been the next Tom and Tom.
Not Jesse.
100%.
And the trajectory Jesse's on now, totally.
And before Lexi,
hard pass for me on Jesse. Like, no. I don't hate him anymore, but like, I don't care about his story. Quite honestly, I think that Wes has a circle of friends where he could staff his own show, and we would be totally enthralled with the circle of friends that West could put together. I think that that's what they saw in West. I'm fine with Jesse now. I'm not going to hold him to any of the bullshit from the past. I don't care. But like I am not intrigued by Jesse Solomon. I'm just not.
Yeah, I think it was a combo. I think it was the two of
platter.
them. Like that's first season. Everyone fell in love with him. They didn't get smoked until West did his thing with Ciara and Lexi showed up and ruined Jesse.
Yeah.
Not ruined.
Jesse
She
ruined
didn't do it.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry, Jesse ruined himself.
I would like to correct that headline.
Yeah. So those two could I don't know, man. They could have done whatever they wanted.
Yeah.
You know what
and they ruined it.
I loved how Jesse said at the end of that little moment that they all had, their powwow. Jesse goes, people ask me all the time, is this stuff fake? And I'm like, clearly no. Yeah. I wish it was.
I think he'd be like, I thought so too. What do you know?
And I just love that because, the believer in me, I know obviously things are cultivated and there's storylines and all of that, but I have always felt that this is specifically with this show. These guys are really friends.
Yeah.
They have a synergy here that we are seeing real life.
Yeah.
Interactions and I'm just glad. Listen, it might be totally ruined after this season.
No,
thanks a lot. But
I think it's what you said. I think that if they weren't before, right. This has solidified. This has put them into the next level of friendship. They are now bonded forever because of this.
Yeah, they're
crazy ass
oddly
thing.
trauma bonded over these two.
Yeah,
morons.
trauma bonded. Yeah,
these two idiots blowing up their circle.
Yeah,
but then having the circle realize, like, actually, no, we're not blown up. You can't blow us up. You two aren't strong enough to blow us up.
Yeah,
we're much stronger than we ever actually realized.
Yeah, we don't die, we multiply.
Yeah, totally.
Juice force.
Juice force. My juice force. I need to slam the rest of my juice force.
Okay.
Hashtag free ad.
Yeah.
What's juice force?
Voodoo Ranger. Listen, I don't know. I don't recommend it, but it's like basically double the alcohol of regular beer. So if you just want to have one beer.
Is that the grapefruit beer?
Yeah.
Listen,
they have a bunch of different flavors, okay?
It's no Coors Light, but it does the job because it's got more alcohol content.
Like 12 Coors Lights in one can.
Kind of.
After the break, our sweet Dara comes out looking beautiful and wonderful.
I love the intro music. It totally reminded me of that 50 Cent song. Like, I don't know what you heard about me, but I'm a motherfucking P.I.M.P. No, was that like Caribbean? Like
I never noticed the intro music.
Well, they were both wearing white. It was just like they were very much trying to channel like it's party time, and like it's these two people that are like so good looking and all dressed in like going to the white party and like on vacation. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. These guys know.
I'm following you. I'm totally following you.
Yeah.
She comes out that she's asked about her relationship with KJ and says, we haven't been together consecutively for 10 months, but now we're back together and this is probably the strongest relationship I'll ever be in. Cut to present day. We don't know what's going on. However,
there was also another thing about them. Like, did you see any of the details? Like one of those bloggers posted the details of like what happened. And I think that they had some pretty atrocious moments while he was in the thick of just kind of a mentee bee a little bit. And she was sticking with him. And it says listen, I feel like probably, I don't even know if Cooke is reporting on it because she's probably like, you don't know, because she's going to wait. She's going to wait for the confirmation.
Because she's an actual journalist. Yeah.
That's not happening over here. So like take this with a grain of salt.
Fast and loose over at Showmance.
Yeah. But it seemed like she got him, like was with him. Some shit went down because he was just having a whole thing. I think that he had came off a real high of the summer to like the transition off of that to some low lows and was just kind of like, it was not great for Dara. And I think she stuck in as long as she could. And according to this thing that I read, Mia might have even been the one to be like, girl, you gotta.
Oh yeah, KJ said that.
Exit stage. Like you should just excuse yourself for a minute. So, but I think they got back together after that. And now I'm not sure what's happening. But that's what I was talking about with, but I thought that it was bipolar. But like it seems to me like, listen, the shit's, it's not the same, but like you got the same shit where it's like the partner is going to have to really try to figure out how to navigate and figure out when they're like, uncle, I don't know. There's nothing I can do here.
Totally agree. KJ was on Carl's podcast and he said, when I went into the treatment facility, when I got out, Dara had broken up with me. Mia and her talked and Mia was like, listen, this isn't healthy. True. Yeah. KJ said the whole story and he was like, and I'm so grateful that Mia had said that to Dara and then Dara did that. And then obviously we got some time passed and we got back together and now we're better than ever. And obviously cut to present day, we have no idea what's going on except that they've unfollowed each other and just totally cleansed both of their social media timelines. Yeah. What I'm hoping, I don't know if this is true, but what I'm hoping is that, not that he had another really bad episode. I don't want him to go through any bad episodes, but that maybe something kind of came to the surface with what he's dealing with. And he realized this is maybe not the best time for me to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
Shannon Fall and I were actually texting about it today. And she had brought up something that we don't know if it's true, but it sounds like it could be true. When you have something like bipolar disorder or
the borderline
personality disorder, thank you. It might be similar where they say in a 12-step program, don't be in a relationship for the first year, really get your bearings, see what you need. Yeah. If there's medication you need to be on or, meetings you need to be going to, a therapist you need to find, really get grounded in your everyday life. And then you can take the time to like enter into a relationship.
Yeah.
And so we don't know if maybe something like that popped up and they realized this isn't the healthiest time for them to be together. I don't know. I love them so much together. And I also love them individually as people that I just hope whatever happened, that it was a healthy uncoupling for both of them. Cause I don't, especially after this year, I don't have it in me to see these two go after each other.
Well, so this is what I was wondering. And this is kind of just like, I get it, but I would be bummed, but I would also be like, I want to know, I want to see if they are kind of just taking a breather for now. And then I was just telling Courtney, I'm like, I can't believe it's June. Like it's blowing my mind that it's summer. They're going to be back in the house in about 30 days from now.
Didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy. So like right now, I'm sure Dara's on the table of like, are we going to make her cast? If KJ's like, how is that is that good for him? Is this like no, let's put them together. Let's let them work this out. Let's help them work this out. That sounds beautiful. Or it could be like a recipe for absolute disaster if she's kind of deciding to part ways for good and move on. And they bring her in the house anyway. And he's like, has to be faced with the person that has been with him for the past year, that he's had this, like, it makes me really nervous. I don't know what the right answer is.
I don't think, well, a couple of things. One, I think if what you're saying is true, if there's some 12-step-ish program for borderline personality disorder, and part of that is you shouldn't date, then part of it should also be maybe not on a TV show. Don't be on a TV show.
Yeah.
Like that's probably a horrible place for you to be. And secondly, I could be wrong because a bunch of people are like, oh, she's a clout chaser and she's just out for the show and this, that, and the other. Don't believe it. Won't believe it. And I think the two of them going after each other, like, I don't think Dara would be like, oh, you want me back? Oh, you want to? Yeah, let's go. I'll go back to the house and be in that, and like not literally be like with him, but like the thing you're doing or saying is like, do we bring her back? And was that? That's a great story to what. No, I don't think she does that. I don't think KJ agrees to it. I think the both of them respect each other enough and are respectable enough people that neither of them would agree to that. I don't think.
That's what I'm hoping, Mike.
I'm hoping for all of that, but I just, and listen, obviously we've been through this on In the City. Clearly, we were the only ones that were affected by Mother Hubbard. Seems like most of the people did not think that she had the banner season that we thought she did. But I, for one, just want to remind that it is now Lindsay, Bailey, and Levi that have all kind of confirmed that this is their take on Dara. That this is her thing. And so I don't know. Like, listen, Bailey and Levi are brand new. Lindsay is obviously a veteran, but we know that she's strategic because she's a pro.
And she didn't like Paige when she first came on.
And she didn't like Paige, yeah. So like I don't
Also,
know
Lindsay's
like what, but I'm just saying like
those-
you got to take it all into consideration that this is not just like a random thing that we all took one thing or another from. You know, there's people saying this.
Bailey, I still in on Bailey. Still like Bailey. She did turn me off a little in the first episode. The whole Ben thing, I was like, what the? That was a little extra. Levi
I loved it.
said nothing. Like
Levi affirmed everything that Bailey said.
she didn't.
No,
She did one of these when
and she said, "You definitely knew us. We definitely had a relationship. Yeah, that was weird." She did all of it. Levi did all of that.
Okay, I missed it. I might have got a different edit than you did because all I saw was this from Levi, and then the scene. Then we were done, and Levi was being shooed off. So I don't. I think also Lindsay is taking these two under her wing. So these two are inseparable. They're best friends. One is the imaginary friend of the other. Lindsay's got some prodigies.
Yeah.
Might you say minions? I don't know. I wouldn't, but somebody might.
Yeah, a real asshole.
Some couple new prodigies to mold and do what. So like, of course they're gonna like. I don't know. I'm not buying it. I trust Dara more than Bailey and Levi and Lindsay, and I like Bailey and Levi.
You know, I've been in on Dara from jump. I haven't wavered one bit. I keep saying this. I hope I'm not wrong, but I trust her. Her performance at the reunion to me was mic drop.
Yeah.
10 out of 10, no notes, and she just has this maturity about her that I really appreciate, and I've seen it now in a few areas.
Yeah.
The fact that she got out of the West situation and had some semblance of a friendship enough for him to be like, hey, I know this chick, she's pretty rad, let's bring her on the show. She then was had Ben v. KJ as to who she could probably have her pick from to hook up with at the bare minimum. She went with KJ, which we can all agree was the better choice. And,
definitely.
Or you don't think you like Ben? You're still in on Ben.
I like Ben. I don't think she went with KJ. I think Ben didn't like her.
It seemed
Ben wasn't interested, but because Ben had a girlfriend, like we don't. That's not a.
I don't know. It seemed like she was very like interested in KJ and thought, oh, this is the guy that I jibe with. He's thoughtful. We have similar interests. And
I don't think KJ was a second choice. I think that either one of them would have worked. But Ben wasn't interested.
I think if she put the pedal to the metal, she could have at least made out with Ben, but I think she realized she didn't want to. That was just my take on it. But
I mean, if he had a girlfriend already, then like I don't know
if he had his girlfriend.
If they're right about him not getting so pissed about the Amanda like joke, if they're right that it was because he was like, oh, I have a girlfriend, she can't see this, I don't want her to think I've been trying to nail this married chick the whole time I was there, then like there's that. I want to say, God, I just feel like there's too much to leave it all behind, because there has been some shit that I've literally witnessed, and then there are 3 people who have said something. There's a scene that has been cut into, like, it just disappeared one day where Bailey and Levi confront her about something. We never saw that scene. Like they've completely snipped it out, because this whole thing unfolded, and it almost seems kind of like they're like, we need to protect our, like, we're not going to
Protect the realm.
Like, if it wasn't important, they just it didn't make it anymore because of this thing that happened. So I just want to say that there are some things that have happened that have definitely been weird, but everything that she is saying here, the fact that Wes brought her, and like, I wouldn't be pumped on this, but I would get it. I could put myself in her shoes and say, this guy brought me to the dance. They're putting me on the spot right now. I can either annihilate him, or I can just kind of say some different things. She went for it. She said everything that you ever would want anyone to say about anything, left it all on, like, everyone, I mean, literally everyone was so impressed by her, said everything. I want her to be everything. I wish that these other things weren't there, but we have to remember, or I will remember for everyone, that they are there. I want for them to be all bullshit. I would love that if they were, because her performance tonight was everything that you want from, she said, I'm doing the right thing. I'm going to call this guy out. And he literally got me on this show. I have a relationship because of it. I've got a paycheck because of it. My Instagram followers have quadrupajillioned, you know, like I'm probably going to be asked to be a full-time cast member. Like, and she still said, yeah, I don't know what to tell you, bro. I got to say, you're a piece of shit.
Because you are.
Yeah. So I was very impressed with it. And I hope it's all glitter and rainbows from here.
Andy says to her, you know, you have a unique perspective here. What is your take on things? And at the chunk that she says, I have it all. I wrote it all out. So because I thought it was so good that we should repeat it.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen for a minute because Amanda has decided to take her sweet ass time coming back to work. To me, the best analogy for Amanda is the burglar who robs your house and slips on the way out to the getaway car, and she ends up suing you because, oh, your doormat made me slip and I broke my ankle and now I can't do any more robberies. It's like,
I was robbing it up so hard.
Like, what are you, like, the offender is offended?
Yeah.
The burglar is suing me because you broke your ankle robbing my house?
Yeah.
That's what, like, you screwed all of this up for everyone sitting here, including the people behind the cameras, including the people in the sound booth, like, and you're the one that needs to take a minute. Mm-hmm. And West is included in this. Please don't, let me be very clear. West is included in this with her. He's just sitting on the couch, so I can't come at him for that. He's doing nothing. He's a bump on a log. But anyway, she just says, you know, there's this thing, and I botch it every time I say it, but Esther Perel says it, and she says, you know, if you were less concerned with being a good guy and more concerned with being a better person, that's where your head needs to be. And that's basically what Dara was saying. Like, you're just so concerned with being a good guy. I want everyone to think I'm a good guy, which chaps my hide like nobody's business, because those guys that so desperately need to be seen as a good guy are usually real shitheads and need to focus on being just a better human being.
It's also funny just because, like, you're really going the long route, taking a really windy route of being the good guy because you've just fucked everyone left and right. Like, since you got here, like, you've just basically been either people over, paying the piper, more people over, paying the piper. Like, it's I don't know where you got your book on how to look like the good guy, but maybe call Lindsay Hubbard next time and get some media tips on how to really actually be the good guy.
Because he had moments.
Lindsay?
I mean, at least, like, don't kiss Ciara with 4 hours left on the time card, you know, like, just like some very easy ways to, like, dodge some bullets that, like, just didn't, like, you didn't even nail her. You just, you had some weird elongated pecs and ear stuff. Yeah. Like, you just, I guess it's just self-sabotage. I don't know.
We have the next moment where, you know, Amanda's still not there, and Andy really wanted Amanda to hear what Dara just said. And Kyle, they're just like, oh, someone should go get her. Let's go get her. And that's when Lindsay loves to wind somebody up. Go ahead, husband, go get your wife, just to like needle West, which was silly, but whatever. I'm still here for it. So Kyle stands up to go get her. And then Andy said, don't worry, no one has to go get her. She's going to come out. She comes out. And the next package we move into quickly, which it was interesting. And I only needed a snippet of it because let's get back to the main event, was, just like the boys flirting and Lindsay trying to flirt with Ben, but obviously didn't go anywhere because his heart was with Sabrina, or he was actually just still dating her.
Yeah.
But then he does say the thing about his dad again. And I don't know if Ben is purposefully not giving this story to producers or if the producers aren't featuring it. But this is interesting what Ben went through. He hasn't hugged his father since he was 19 years old. His parents are still married. He goes home to visit them. You are staying in the same house. I would imagine they're picking you up from the airport or there when you get home from the airport, and like, no, there is no physical touch between the two of you. And it was lovely that he said, and it does seem that Sabrina is the perfect person to carry out this mission because she is so effervescent and bubbly.
Yeah.
And to hug.
You could like close your eyes and visualize this whole thing happening like
Totally.
easy. Like I know exactly how that went. Like, Dad.
That's right.
There's this thing. This was interesting and also just like bittersweet from just like this vision of her, because she reminds me so much of my brother's wife, my brother Darren, his wife, and like there's such a interesting like dynamic that can happen between a father-in-law and a daughter-in-law. Like it's like this person and like someone like my sister-in-law Sarah and someone like Sabrina, like they were very similar and like just that gushing love. And like my sister-in-law would like see my dad and just like fall into his arms every time, like, Dad. And then my dad, I mean, she was beautiful. And like, she just looked at him like just googly eyed, and they just had such a special relationship. Now my sister-in-law had a long battle of the type that I speak about often. And after my dad passed, she lost that battle the next day. And I just think about like the healing that was done between this guy. Like how old's Ben? In his 30s? Early, maybe probably 30-ish like the rest of them are. Because this went back to his high school, and we talked about how like we don't know what that thing was that happened. He says it as if like, oh, I had premarital sex and my dad was pissed about it because he's super churchy. But like there had to be more to it. That like I just like shot in the dark. It seems like maybe there was a teen pregnancy or something, you know? Like, I mean, I have no idea. I'm just left to my own devices over here because no one's telling me anything. But to like, even like, so I lost both my dads, and that's why now we're literally going on a trip with his dad, because I remember just one day I'm like, hey, you got a dad, right? Because I'm so starved for that thing. Just that person to like call and like ask some advice. And like his dad's so cool and like super artsy and sensy and funny and weird and quirky, and like has been in this relationship forever and lives in Oregon, and like sent us photos today of like, oh, had some friends come into the backyard today, and it's like some deer that hopped over, and like, I don't know, I just like, I'm dying for this, you know? And so I just like this whole thing, like normally, you know, I skip right over all the, like, I'm like, oh, that's so nice. Whatever. Can we move on to who you next, you know?
No, it was nice. It was really sweet to hear that. And
yeah.
And that's the kind of stuff that can make a character that you're not into, all of a sudden you're just opening your mind a little bit, being like, oh, maybe you need to give Ben a second look.
Yeah.
And that's why I have the question here. Is Ben not opening up about it, or the producer's not asking him about it? I can't figure it out, because this is something that could give everyone a real, I think even Bailey would agree. Like if he were to open up to the group about this, she would understand, oh, maybe that's why your dad is so tough on you. Maybe that's why you're so tough on other people. Like
a lot of people in the comments are saying like, because I mentioned this, that Grouchy Girl was like, I've told you guys about Australian Man. No one is listening to me. Like I can't remember what her exact comment was, but her frustration definitely was like pouring through. But she's not the only one. We have like at least three other people that are from this area, and they're like, these dudes are a specific kind of way. Like they are all about their God. Like it's men. It's like the
Yeah, I can't believe we didn't read any of those comments. There were so many of them.
I know, and I feel like they've all just been, hello, are you listening to anything? One thing I am listening to is I will start posting as soon as they are done. I won't wait till 5 a.m. anymore. Like on like these kinds of shows where it's like people are like just waiting, you know, like so. I listened to that, but that's all.
I think we read a couple of them. All That Glitters is one that was talking about it too.
Oh, okay.
All That Glitters and Glitter Army, both from Australia. I have no idea why they haven't told us his story yet, except for just how like they often hold on to these things. They get him in there, they let him kind of show whatever they want, and they kind of season 2 is when you start really kind of peeling back the layers of like who the people are, where they came from. It's even just like, we wouldn't know. Like I've been, you know, Courtney and I've been railing on this dude, Kenny. And then we randomly see an Instagram where he talks about how his mother died of schizophrenia and well, I don't think she died of that, but she had it before she died. But he had a best friend that had bipolar disorder, and he didn't explain how he died, but he connected those two as to being how he passed. Like, those are the things that let you not just like write people off. Yeah. And so I think it's just probably something that they're saving for next season, or if they even decide to bring him back because he didn't have. I think if he gets brought back, it's going to be because Sabrina's coming too. Because I don't know. Like when Lindsay talks about earlier, like when she met him and she was like, "Oh, I wasn't really getting a lot back from him." I know that like in the context of what they were speaking about, like you could just say like, "Oh, I think she just meant like he wasn't like hitting the ball back to her," you know. But I kind of took it as like an overall general, like we didn't really get a lot from him, right? Yeah. Because Lindsay's such a pro. She knows who's going to work and who's not. And so I feel like she maybe brought that up to be like kind of vanilla. Anyone? Am I wrong? So if he comes back, I think it'll be because Sabrina is coming too.
Totally. I agree with that. So now Amanda re-enters the chat, and, you know, she sits down, and I love this about you, Andy. Andy's like, you know, Dara was just bringing up said something you might want to hear. I think it would be good for Amanda to hear.
Also, Ciara was like, "Hi, can she say all that again?" Like she was like, "Where's Amanda?" I feel like she should hear all this. And then Kaya really wanted to hear it too. Like, I love that they're like, no, she needs to sit here and she needs to sweat bullets like everyone else has had to do. And like, this isn't fair. Like, because it really was like, they just really want to see her have to take it all in. And listen, so does America and Australia, apparently, probably. So,
and by the way, I get it. I was just having this conversation with two of my girlfriends the other day. You know, when someone does you wrong and you just take the high road and you're like, okay, I'm exiting this relationship, whatever. And you don't blow up, you don't whatever. And you just, like I said, take the high road on the way out. There is this part of you though, that still wants to tell them what time it is. Yeah. And just so you're not the only one walking around carrying this burden of you really hurt me, you MFer. Yeah. You need to be at brunch knowing you broke the heart of a really good person. You need to be grocery shopping. You need to be having sex with your new partner and having this haunt you the way it's haunted me for the last year, because I'm not going to carry this shit on my own, especially because you're the one who caused the problem. Yeah. So like yes, let her hear all of it in surround sound.
Yes.
Okay, so
is it time to break?
Oh, yes. Actually, good call, because it's been like almost 2 hours. So let's break. And then when you come back, because obviously you're coming back. Yeah. We'll get to what Dara says. And there's a whole ton of stuff. I cannot wait to get into the Carl's a Mess ad, all the fight stuff that we talk about.
The lunch break dressing room is next level.
Beyond. So, okay. Subscribe, hype, tell a friend, and come back for part 2.
Yeah. And this is priority 1. I'm not going to do like a make you wait till the next day like I have been lately because I've been swamped, but this is priority. It will be out as soon as humanly possible. And this time I mean it. I'll try to always mean it.